Hey everyone, Indoor Bush from Bush League Games, and today I'm just going to go through one of the 5 subsets to my homemade trading card game, The Flip Side. This subset, each subset has 30 cards, a variety of common, uncommon, rare, and extra rare, and then leader cards as well. There's like I said, 30 cards in each subset, so there's 5 subsets, so 150 cards total. But today I'm just going to go through the first one, which I've labeled Life at Sea, because all the cards kind of can be categorized into that for this subset. So first up, go through the common cards. Here's Hunter of the Abyss. And I'll also go through both sides as well. I'll show you both sides. Here's the light side for this one. Here is Lonely Fisherman, light side, and the dark side. Here's a Seagull Attack Squad. And this one is actually light on both sides. And I'll go through in a later video what all these, what this number means, what these mean, you know, why the light and dark sides matter, all that stuff in separate videos. Today I'm just going to show some of the cards off though. Here's a Sand Serpent. And this is actually a cameo from another card that we'll see in a future video. So be on the lookout for that one. Here's the light side for that one. Here's the Green Baleen. Still in the common cards right now, as you can see down here. Here's the dark side of it. Baleen just is another word for a type of whale, in case you're wondering. Here's Unseen Stowaway. Pretty self-explanatory in this one. One-Eyed Sea Monster. Here's probably my favorite common one, Giant Jelly. One of the earlier cards I made. Here is Secret Agent Ray. See him hiding down here. Dark side. You may notice a few differences between the light and dark side. Basically, the power, the effect, or the... Now, obviously, it could be light on both sides or dark on both sides. So you might see some subtle differences. This one has actually a difference on the name as well. So just be on the lookout for that. So this is Heavenly Starfish. On the other side, Hellish Starfish. Here's Dive Bomb Duck. Coming in hot. Here's the dark side of it. Here is Barrier Reefback Turtle. Still common at this point. Each subset has a different amount of each rarity. I could have split it evenly, but I had more fun just doing it with the cards I wanted to. Here is Sea Swordsman. You see the power on this one changed from 150 on the dark side, 130 on the light side. I think the highest power is probably 240 or 250. Used to be higher, but I changed the game a little bit and reduced it. Here is Lobster on Drums. It's a drummer for the Smooth Criminals. Another common card. And then here's the last common card, Scallywag. This one is light on both sides. Okay, and this card actually combos well with the first uncommon card, Captain Melvin Seahorse. You see his effects specifically named Scallywags, so these cards are very much played together. And this one is also light on both sides. You can see little paw prints right there. This is the first uncommon card. Moving on, Remote Island Survivor. Dark side, here's the light side. You can see the Seagull Attack Squad over there in the back. Next we got Cave Dweller. Let's see. So pay attention to the cave on this one. Back side. Here's the dark side. Not really sure what that monster is supposed to be, or what the Cave Dweller is, but does not want to be messed with. Here's Electric Seal, another OG card, another uncommon. Here's a this is even more OG, Penguinja, another uncommon card. I didn't want to make all of my favorite cards the higher rarities, just because I never like that whenever the coolest, best cards are, you know, the super rare ones that are hard to get. So a lot of times my favorite cards are the uncommons or the rares. Sea Urchin Minefield. Another uncommon. Here's Shadows of the Sea. Another uncommon card. This one's dark on both sides. I really like the design on this one. I was worried this one would come out way too dark, but I'm definitely happy with the color quality here. Here's a Source of Alluring Light. Very powerful card. Backside. I believe this one's identical on both sides, which is not as common as you would think. Okay, here's the last uncommon, probably my favorite uncommon. This is Shipwrecktopus. You can see it's just it's a sleeping octopus that kind of camouflages itself as a shipwreck. Very cool idea. This one's also one of the most powerful in the game at 240. Yeah, very, very powerful. Probably my favorite artwork, or one of my favorite artworks from this subset. Okay, now we're moving on to the rares. I think there's only two in this subset, but they're two of my favorites. It's Lavadile. So he's in a sea of lava, so that's how he fits into life at sea. And very much love the artwork on this card. It's another one of the probably first 10 cards that I made for the current iteration of this game. You see that it's got the rare marking now. And then here's Cover Boy right here. He's the one that's on the booster packs right now. Magician Crab is probably the first card I made, which is why he's, you know, on the cover. But I didn't want to make him extra rare for one reason or another. But yeah, this is definitely probably my favorite card in the subset, just because it's the first one I made. And then got the one extra rare in the subset. This is Clairvoyant. I believe a Clairvoyant is another name for like a psychic that kind of is like the crystal ball. And so that's how I got the idea for this one. It's a clam that has a crystal ball on the inside. You can see the backside. Yeah, this is the one extra rare in the subset. Each subset has one extra rare, I believe. And then each subset also has 3 leader cards. So leader cards are exactly that. They're leader cards. There's a leader zone, and each card requires 2 material cards to be able to use its bigger effect. And then these down here are part of the win condition for the game, or one of them, but I'll go over that later. So this obviously is a mix of Magician Crab and Shadows of the Sea, and you can see them notated on the left and right here. And then the artwork kind of goes along with that as well. Here's Dark Side. These used, as you can probably guess, these used to be fusion cards, but I kind of got rid of the fusion cards and turned them into these leader cards. Here's the second one, Volcanic Island Turtle. This one requires Barrier Reefback Turtle and Lava Dial to be able to use its effects to the fullest. And these effects are very, very powerful in moving towards win conditions. So players are definitely incentivized to actually use the leader cards, although they're not required. You can definitely play without a leader card. I just don't recommend it. Here is the dark side for it. Really happy with the design of all these. These are probably the most fun cards to design. So there's no rarity here because it just has leader up here. These cards obviously cannot attack. They don't have any power. And the last card in subset, Gull Commander. This one requires Seagull Attack Squad and Remote Island Survivor to be attached to this card before it can use its effects. Here's the dark side of it. And these leader cards are another reason why I made, some of my favorite cards rares or uncommons, because, Magician Crab is probably my favorite card, but if I make it super rare, then probably no one can use this card because it's so hard to get a hold of an extra rare card in comparison to the other ones. So that is all 30 cards in the Life at Sea subset of the Flipside TCG. Hope you enjoyed. I'll probably go through the other 4 next before making any other videos, just so I get those out of the way. But plenty of content coming in the future. If you're still watching, I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. Have a good one.